Okay, I think we are live now. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining our live session today. So, today is going to be a little bit different because we just want to take a break from the um, documents needed to study in the UK, what you have to do, and all of that, right? Today, let's just, have a TED talk. Let's talk about something totally different from what we've, always talked about. So I'm sure very soon a lot of students would be preparing to pack their bags and, leave Nigeria for the UK or leave wherever you are in the world to go to the UK, right? So now you've landed, Heathrow or Manchester, maybe you've landed in Birmingham, any location at all, and you're there now. So what next, right? That is what we are going to be discussing today. What is it really like to live in the UK as an international student? What are the things you expect, or what are the things that people have said? I'm sure you've been online, checking people's stories, come with me come with me to school today as an international student. A lot of content like that are all over the internet. You've seen a lot. So yeah, we're going to be discussing something like that today here also. What it is like in the UK for you as an international student, what life is going to be by the time you get to school. This is something that is different from what we have always come here to discuss. So before I go deeper, my name is Olaomi from Team Consultancy UK, and I'm here with my colleague, Mr. Ashla. Can you please introduce yourself?
Yes, Olushola Majekodumi, and I'm a colleague. I'm also an international student advisor too. So I'm glad to be here once again. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Shola. So yeah, network today, please. Network be good to us today. All right. So I would start with what is it really like to study in the UK as an international student? What is it like to live in the UK as an international student? So I'm going to start talking about the first few weeks of you in the UK as an international student. Now, the first few weeks, we're going to be talking about the emotional roller coaster for you as an international student when you get to the UK, right? So when you get to the UK, the next minute you are excited. The next minute you are asking yourself, am I really here? Am I really doing this? Right? So every feeling, you're going to be having this rush of, mixed feelings and all of that. Is it the weather? Is it the transport? Is it the accent? Is it the food? Right? You're going to be seeing a lot of people. You're going to be meeting a lot of people. You're going to be in, locations, situations that you have no idea what is going on, right? But as an international student, this is not a cause for you to panic. You're already there and you know that whatever it is that you are faced with, you have to just make sure, okay, I'm able to, live here, I'm able to adapt. So the thing is, every crossing road feels strange because they are different, right? They are different from what you are used to. They are different from the kind of life that you are used to. But guess what? It is completely normal as an international student to feel that way. One thing I always tell students is that don't expect to feel at home in your first few weeks. Don't expect that, oh, everything is just going to make sense. You are just supposed to, get used to everything at the same time. Trust me, the smallest things can make you cry. It could be the kind of food that you have seen in your first few weeks of getting to the UK. Maybe you are not able to get, a Nigerian food, you're not able to get your normal local food that you're used to. And that could really, really frustrate you. So in your first few weeks, whatever it is that you are feeling, look at it like, okay, it is completely normal and you are going to be taking it one step at a time. Mr. Shala, can you share, your own opinion about the first few weeks of getting to the UK, talking about emotional roller coaster?
Okay, well, in that aspect, it's normal for students to be happy. It's normal for students to be happy the first few weeks, but I just think that it will take time for students to adapt. Definitely, you take time. Students will get time. It will take time for students to adapt because of the weather, because they are getting to a new place they have never been before. So it's not just about getting the degree. It's also about being independent. Some of our students don't even know anybody in the UK. It's their first time, so it's normal to be happy. It's normal to be excited, but it will take time for students to adapt to the food, just like you said, adapt to the food, adapt to the weather, adapt to the people, adapt to the culture, and all those things. So it's really normal, but I feel that I know that with time they'll get used to those things, and then they'll just blend in normally with students. So it's pretty normal.
All right, so the second part that me I'll be going to is the academics, right? I'm sure
Yeah.
you're really waiting for me to get to that part. So now we've talked about the emotional roller coaster, the kind of emotions that you are most likely to feel in your first few weeks of getting to the UK. Now, getting to the UK and then doing what you are actually there to do as a student, academics are completely different. Studying in the UK, schools in the UK, it is completely different from what you are used to. So in the UK, lecturers expect you to think critically, right? In the UK, you are going to become something they call an independent learner, because at the end
Mm.
of the day, you are going to be doing a lot of things yourself. You are going to be asking questions, you are going to analyze situations, you are going to challenge ideas from your colleagues, from your fellow student and all of that. You're going to like be able to challenge their ideas. So there is this strong emphasis on learning independently when you get to the UK, because you are going to be doing a lot of that. So you will do research on your own, you will do assignments on your own. You are supposed to be able to think, right? I'm not saying it is
Mm.
going to be hard, but one thing you need to keep at the back of your mind is it is completely different from what you are used to. So outside of your lecture rooms, you spend time reading, spend time researching, right? Research about things, because you don't want to be in the class and then be the odd one out. You don't want to be in a situation where a lot of people are dropping their takes and then you are just there looking. You don't want to find yourself in that situation. So for every lecture you go to, you are going to go to that lecture prepared. Research on the topic you're going to have for that day. Have your questions ready. Do your due research. When others are talking, you also want to be able to talk. Now, mind you, this research and everything we're talking about is not, you are just from Nigeria. There are going to be other students that are from other countries. So you're not going to be seeing people like you, people that speaks your language. You see other people with different mentality, brilliant people and all of that. So yeah, education is completely different and then it can feel very overwhelming. But over time, students would say that it has helped them become, a lot more confident and independent when it comes to learning. So if you'll be coming to the UK this September intake, don't expect someone to constantly remind you of what to do. You take responsibility of your learning and then learn how to learn independently. Mr. Shola, can you also give us your take while I take this call, please?
Yes, please. So learning independently is one of the things that students will experience while in the UK while studying. But at the same time, it's advisable that you also ask questions. Ask questions is very important. When it comes to your project, when it comes to assignment, there are times that you get to do group work with other students. So it's advisable that when you get to a place that you are not so familiar with or you are just adapting, it's necessary that you ask questions from other people. Like she said, there are people from other countries, not just Nigerians. So ask questions, do research. If you're not familiar with one thing, because it's a new place and you're not familiar with one thing or the other, ask questions from your other students. You can go to the lecturers and ask questions too. so that you won't just be left behind. And that's one good thing about UK universities. There are people to support. They have student support team that can also support students, also support students. So you have the opportunity of not just being alone. You won't just be by yourself. You have the opportunity of learning from people and people helping you through your journey. And not just the students. The schools also have their team, their support team that are ready to support students from beginning to the end. So just expose yourself to learning, expose yourself to asking questions to new people, make friends. Those are part of the things that would help. Make friends with other people, and then you will just see that as time goes on, you will just adapt naturally, and things will just go fine during your studies. So that's my point. That's my take on that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shala. So, I'm going to quickly chip in something, right? If you want to study in the UK and we have gotten to a point where I tell people a lot. I mean, people tell me a lot that doing your application to the UK is actually one of the simplest things to do and all of that, which they are not wrong in a way. But I think we've gotten to that era, we've gotten to that point where you can't afford to do anything by yourself if you don't know what you're doing. If you are only a student who is trying to study in the UK and then you want to take the I don't want to pay one agent to do anything for me. I mean, if you have been joining our life, if you've heard about team consultancy, you know that our service is completely free. So, what I'm trying to say in essence is that you cannot afford to proceed to do anything on your own because from the very beginning, from your application, you can make a very, very small mistake that would, eventually affect your visa outcome at the end of the day. And you don't want to spend your money, your time, resources, and all of that just to end up getting your visa refused. So I just said I should quickly chip that in that if you are interested in studying in the UK and then you are clueless and then you're also trying to avoid, paying agencies and all of that, you know where to come to. If you check our comments, you are going to see a link where you book a one-on-one session with us. And from there, we would be able to help you and support you from the very beginning till the end at absolutely free. So now you're not paying us to do anything for you. So moving forward, I'm going to get to the money part because the moment you get to the UK as an international student, money matters more than you think. Money is very, very essential.
Yes.
Down to your last kobo, money is very, very essential. So, if we are going to be having an honest conversation about finances in the UK, right? The UK requires budgeting. The UK is not just about paying your tuition balance. You also need to manage accommodation, you need to manage groceries, your transport, your phone bills, laundries, personal expenses, right? So many students they quickly realize that every pound that you make, every money that you make matters by the time you get to the UK. And then for my Nigerian students, you find yourself comparing prices, you find yourself, doing exchanges in your head. You are trying to convert pounds to naira and then trying to see which one is okay and all of that. So you find yourself looking for student discounts where you can get it. You are planning your weekly budget and that's actually a very valuable skills for you. So one thing living abroad, one thing studying in the UK will teach you is a financial discipline because at that point you get to realize that every pound you make matters a lot. You get to plan yourself on a weekly basis. You are trying to avoid any extra cost or just spending anyhow money that you're not supposed to spend. So yes, money matters a lot. Over to you, Mr. Shola. What do you think about money for international students?
Okay. Yes. Money is very, very important. Managing finances is I think, it's one of the challenges that students face when they get to the UK. Managing finances is very, 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 very important, and we all know about their taxes over there. So, as a student, I believe when you get to the UK, you have access, you have the opportunity to work. If you are going for a master's, you have 20 hours a week to work. So you should know that what you're earning should be able to cover for some, or you have to be able to manage what you're earning, while you're studying, so that you don't overspend. Okay, so that you don't overspend or spend money on what is not necessary. You have to consider you have tuition fees to pay. You have to consider the food, the accommodation, and and all those things. So if it's possible for you as a student to even shuffle works, maybe you have like 2 jobs or 3 jobs that you're doing during the week, you know just make sure that you, as a Nigerian, we have the hustling spirit. So just make sure that you're hustling at the same time. You're not leaving your studies. While you're hustling, you're paying your bills, you're managing your bills, and then you're also sorting your tuition, and you're also balancing your studies with it. So you have to be able to balance everything all together as a student. But make sure that your finances, you don't spend above your budget. So you also, do those things, do your job, work as a student. If you have the opportunity of doing 2, 3 jobs, 4 jobs, make sure you're hustling, you know, and get your bills, pay your bills, and manage yourselves during your time as a student over there, so that you don't choke yourself up. So it's very, very important for students to manage finances in the UK. Very, very important. And if you have support, you can, I think the UK universities also offer loans. There are also loans, so you can ask questions, look out for those things, in the school. Ask people that have been there already, other Nigerians that have been there already, to give you information on those things. Maybe there are loans that you can pay back gradually and all those things. So it's very, very important that finances are managed very well. And then ask questions, because you are a newbie, you're somebody who is there for the first time. Make sure that you're asking questions daily, so that you can stay up to date. So that's what I think.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Ash. In fact, you have pretty much said it all, right? You need to be able to plan your life. Another thing I would want to also discuss is that your life is more than the classroom. Life in the UK as a student is more than the classroom, is more than just going to attend your lectures and coming out of lectures. So one mistake some student makes is that they believe that university life begins and ends with lectures, and that's a very big fat lie, honestly. In reality, right, some of the biggest opportunities happen outside the classroom. What I mean by this is that some of the biggest things, how you can network, how you can meet good people, they happen outside your classroom. So that is why, as an international student, you need to make the conscious effort to be able to network, to be able to do other things outside the classroom, other things outside just going for your lectures. I mean, attend career fairs, join a lot of student societies, volunteer where you need to, network with lecturers, meet students from different countries. These are the kind of experiences that build confidence and also expand your own perspective as a person, right? Remember that your degrees would open doors for you, but your relationship and experiences would is the one that would walk you through them. So if everything that you know is just in the classroom, how do you make it, right? I've heard a lot of students say that, they attended fairs and all of that, and that was how they were able to meet employers. There are even some lecturers that would organize job fairs before you even graduate school. When you attend fairs like that, you're able to network with potential employers, and you're able to meet good people, getting good jobs and all of that. So as an
Mm.
international student, do not think that, oh, all you are there to do in the UK is to go to a classroom for lectures and then come out, go to your house, and that is it. No. Even though, yes, maybe juggling work and school and all of that can be very overwhelming, it can be tiring sometimes, but know that what you are here to do is so much more. So you need to always make that conscious effort to network, to go to events and do other things outside your classroom, so that you're able to build network of reasonable people, people that can connect you to opportunities at the end of the day. Mr. Shola, can you also share your own opinion as regards, networking?
Yes, so social life is very, very important. You can't go to the UK and not have a social life. No, that means you just wasted your years over there. So social life is very, very important. You need to fix yourself somewhere, maybe sports or cultural societies, or like you mentioned, a lot of things. So those things are very important. Network with other people. Uh, Make sure that your social life is on point. Mix up with people, and then one of the benefits of also studying in the UK is that the student support team that they have in the school, they are very, very much available for students. Talk about career advice, talk about disability support, talk about workshops, talk about all those things. They are always available to give CV updates, internships, jobs. Those are their roles. So you can't go to the UK and not involve yourself in those things. If you don't involve yourself in those things, then you are missing out. Then students are missing out. So it's important that you have a social life. Explore other places in the UK, explore, travel, take your time to know about their culture, about their life. Take your time to involve yourself in sports activities or volunteers in one thing or the other. You know, those are the things that will expose you as an international student to life outside there. So it's very important that we get to know the student support team in the university. Very important. And then fix yourself somewhere. Fix yourself in various activities so that you can. You don't know where your don't know where destiny can lead you. You don't know where studying in the UK can lead you next. Even after you've completed or finished your program, you don't know what next for you. So any blessing can come from anywhere. So just as an international student, explore, fix yourself in different places, have fun while you're studying, enjoy the weather, enjoy the atmosphere, enjoy their culture, and then mix up. And at the end of the program, you realize that you have actually spent 1 year, having fun, and then also getting a degree at the end of the program. So it's
Yeah,
going to be a
yeah,
great
you're very
achievement.
right.
So it's a
Mm-hmm.
great achievement. So that's what I think. That's my opinion.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Shola. So, I mean, you've heard it all. The reason why we now have like two people do this live is that so that you can hear different, perspective, different points of view. If I'm not saying something, best believe that my partner would say it, right? So now you know what to expect and then the things that you're supposed to do as an international student in the UK. So now we've had a lot of students go to the UK. We have gotten feedbacks from a lot of students, and then these are the things that our students have said to us by the time they got to the UK and exploring the UK as an international student. So our students would say things like, I become more independent after they got to the UK. I learned how to solve problems on my own. I become more confident, right? I learned to manage my finances. I built friendships and, friendships with people from around the world. These are the life skills that will stay with you long after graduation. All these
Mm.
skills that you built, everything that you have achieved, everything that you did while you're studying, they don't just end like that after school. They stay with you even long after graduation, right? So what I want you to take out of this live section today is that being an international student in the UK can be exciting, it can be challenging, it is sometimes lonely, and then it is also sometimes overwhelming. But for many international students, it is one of the most rewarding experience of their lives. If you look at it, it's an experience that is very, very rewarding. So the UK will not just give you a qualification at the end of the day, it will give you confidence, independence, global exposure, and then you
Mm.
experience a lot of skills that would shape your future and then shape your life forever. Mr. Shola, I know you have a lot of students also that have gone to the UK, still in the UK, and then they've given you a lot of feedbacks. What have they told you that you'd like to share? And what is also your advice for people who are now preparing to go to the UK?
Well, okay. So some of them have told me that some of them are working in good places now. Like I know one of them who studied business, but she's now working as a supervisor in maybe a healthcare, something, maybe as a nurse or healthcare. As a student, too, you can do professional courses. It doesn't mean that because you study business, you shouldn't venture into other things. So you can do professional
Yeah.
courses. You can go into other aspects. So those are part of the opportunities that are available for students when you get there. So there are a lot of comments of I've gotten the job, I work here, I work there. I'm now this. So the people are students are exploring other places, they're exploring other things, and they are doing very well while they're even while they are studying in the UK. So it gives me great joy to know that students that have gotten there, they are doing well. You know, they are not complaining that, oh, I'm in the UK and I'm suffering. I'm in the UK and I can't get this done. I can't. So they are all doing well. It is managing to a large extent. So those are the kind of reports that I get. And then my advice for those who are coming in for September, you will miss home, definitely. You'll miss Nigeria. You'll miss home. But this is an opportunity for you to explore the UK. So prepare early, prepare your finances, and then when you get there, try as much as possible to mix up with other Nigerians, mix up with people early. Don't keep to yourself. Ask questions, mix up with people early. Let them give you information on where to go, how to go about it. Whatever things that you don't understand, make sure that you are asking them for help, asking people for help to help you with the process. So I think you will do just fine. Students will do just fine. Once you get there, just make sure that you are ready. Make sure that you're ready. Start go to your school, start your courses, start preparation early, register early. Accommodation, prepare for it early. If you have friends over there, call them. Do what is necessary for you to do, and don't miss classes. So those are the things I have to say. Prepare early. Make sure your finances are ready. If you are paying on enrollment, make sure your finances are ready. Make sure you are ready for study, and then make sure you are ready to enjoy your life over there too. So it's fun. So those are the advice I have
Thank
for
you very
students
much.
that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shola. So, because you said prepare your finances, is the reason why I'm going to just briefly talk about this. Maybe another time we're going to like have this conversation as a full blown topic. But for today, I'll just briefly talk about it. Prepare your finances. That my colleague here said. You honestly need to prepare your finances. So you know that here at Team Consultancy, our service is completely free, like we have always preached. And I don't think a student can come out to say to tell anybody that they are lying. Or when I reached out to them, I was told to pay this certain amount of money. That has never happened and it is never going to happen, right? But the reason why we are always, talking about finances is we have come in contact with a lot of students, right? You are documents ready, you have provided all of your documents and everything, right? Even while we are helping you to submit application to schools and all of that, you are 100% active. And then the moment you get offer letter, so the thing is we don't need, we want you to have options. We want you to have a lot of options. So because of this reason, we would even go as far as applying to 2 to 3 schools for you. And then you get offer letters from about 2 to 3 schools. And then the next thing you're telling us is that, the money I'm waiting for to pay my tuition deposit is not ready. Oh, the money, something happened to the money. A lot of stories like that. Honestly, the way that has affected us as an organization, I can't even begin to say on here. And then the way it personally affects us as counselors, because it is a lot of struggle trying to talk to you, get your documents, trying to apply, search for schools for you. We do a lot of things behind the scene, trying to match you with the right opportunity, and then ensuring that we are not making any mistakes with your process and all of that. Then at the end of the day, proceed with your application, go ahead and pay your deposit. Let us do this, and then we get stories from the students. Honestly, preparing financially is like one of the most important thing you have to do if you want to study in the UK. And then, sorry for saying this, if you know that that part of your process is not sure, you are not clear on, where you're going to be getting money from, you can as well just hold on till you know that, yes, I'm ready to proceed, right? Like I said, I just want to quickly say this, but then again, this will be a topic for another day. Please and please, you all that are preparing to study in the UK, make sure you are 190% sure and ready that you are, you have your money, you have the finances to actually want to study in the UK before reaching out to us. Thank you very much for joining today's session. Mr. Shola, do you have anything to add to what I just said? Because we are going through it together. So please add something and then close for the day for us. Thank you very much.
No, it is you said it all. It's very important that you prepare. You can't come to us and you don't have your finance ready. You need to have the money ready so that when you get admission, the earlier the better you do those things. The earlier you do those things, the better. So that because of visa processing and all those things, you need to once you have your offer, pay immediately, almost immediately, or that same week if possible, so that we move to the next thing. So that those things will not delay the process and will not delay us from moving forward. So that's all. Just make sure that we are ready. Make sure that you're ready financially. Finance is very important. Okay. And I wish you all the best. I wish all our students the best. Those that are traveling, safe journey, and those that are still preparing to go, we wish you all the best. Thank you for joining the live. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye. Until we meet next time.
Yeah.